Northland's largest logging truck company has been given the green light to continue operating despite being ordered off the road by the Transport Agency for allegedly breaching safety rules. Secretly recorded video has also been released by the courts today, showing the owner, former Mayor of Whangarei, Stan Seminoff, purportedly telling a driver to flout the police and the rules or risk his job. Mr Seminoff disputes the interpretation of the video. Our reporter Tom Furley has more.
The company's more than 50-strong fleet carries half of Northland's log haulage. The Transport Agency wants to revoke their licence, arguing the company and its management failed to fix safety concerns brought up in 2 audits over 3 years. However, Stan Seminoff Logging rejects the claims and is challenging the decision in both the District Court and High Court. At a hearing on Monday to argue whether the company should still be allowed to operate pending appeal, NZTA presented a secret video captured by a driver of another Stan Seminoff company in late 2016. Its contents and publication were objected to by the company's lawyer. However, Justice Fata has allowed its release, even though the secrecy made it unfair to Mr Seminoff. In the video, Stan Seminoff can be seen talking to the driver and telling him not to take his brakes on the side of the road, but to fill in his half hour while the truck was being loaded.
If you don't understand, you don't want to do it, you tell me. That's okay. But I'm not going to put up with it because I'm not going to have you the only Filipino that I'm having trouble with. Only. Not you got some good work, but you're sticking to having your breaks, you know, the 5-hour breaks, whatever. Have them when you fill your timesheet in. Have them then. That's how we work. And that's why I made it pretty clear to you. Do you understand?
Yes, boss, but I'm doing legal for my lab.
All right, I won't argue with you anymore. I won't argue. There probably won't be a job here for you.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing...
No, I'm not listening to that. When you come and work for me, I told you out there, you work under my conditions and my rules, right? Everyone else's. You're the only one that's not doing it.
During the conversation, a third man enters and Mr Seminoff tells him what's going on.
See these fellas here? Same as them. If they got to work through lunch hours, you tell them you work through lunch hours, eh? He stopped down the Tomarada and I watched him there. It was more than half an hour he stopped, right? And it's bullshit. He's get behind on his work. He said, oh, that's legal to the logbook. He's right, but that's not what we want in our company.
NZTA requires transport drivers to take at least a 30-minute rest break every 5.5 hours of work and considers time spent driving or performing work-related duties such as loading and unloading as work.
They've worked all day carting metal up north, right? And they come back and they've gone straight down there. And when they fill their timesheets out, I guarantee they'll be right. But they shifted their lunch hour back to when they're loading or when, you know. And that's all we're saying to you. You see, you won't lose hours, you gain more hours. You gain more hours by doing it. I know the policeman says you've got to stop. Him, he's not doing the company, mate.
For David, released by the court, Mr Seminoff rejects claims he was making the driver break the law.
The message I was trying to convey to Nico was that November, being one of the busiest months of the year, was not the time to drag the chain, and that it was important that everyone in the business works at their full potential during the busy times.
He said he had multiple complaints from staff about the driver and that now in his 70s he got tired towards the end of the day and would say things he later regretted. He said his comment about the police was an unfortunate expression, for which he apologised, and said he had a good working relationship with the police.
I cannot specifically remember saying this to Nico, and it must have come out in the frustration and heat of the argument at the end of a long working day. I do not recall any particular policeman who might have spoken to Nico, and I think this was more a general comment along the lines that he needed to listen to his bosses at the company, rather than what a policeman may have said to him.
He said there had long been differences of opinion about where and when drivers should take their half-hour breaks. One option was whether the drivers should take breaks when at the port or on the skids, a reference to logging trucks in the forests. There they have places to stop and rest rather than having to stop on the side of the road on State Highway 1 where there are no toilets or facilities.
It has always been our contention with the NZTA and the Police's Commercial Vehicle Safety Team, or CVST, that it is best and safest to take breaks in Northland at the points of destination. Due to the relatively short distances which are travelled in Northland, drivers are stopping frequently after no more than 2.5 hours driving, and often stop at the points of origin or destination for 45 to 60 minutes. It was also my understanding from other transport operators at the time, and based on my discussions with the CVST unit, that the industry generally operated in that way, i.e. that drivers took their breaks at the points of destination.
In a statement, the company said the court's decision found the recording inherently unfair to Mr. Semenov, and it could be taken out of context. It continues to challenge NZTA's decision in the courts. For Checkpoint, Tom Furley.